Welcome to Political Insights. Today, I'm diving deep into President Trump's new executive order on school discipline, signed on April 23, 2025. Let's unpack what it really means for students, teachers, and American classrooms. For years, school discipline policies have been a hot-button issue. It all started in 2014, when the Obama-era Department of Education and Department of Justice issued a controversial Dear Colleague letter. That guidance warned schools that even race-neutral discipline policies could be found discriminatory, simply based on different rates of suspension or expulsion across racial groups. The result? Many schools started focusing on racial statistics instead of actual behavior when disciplining students, leading to reports of increased classroom disorder and unsafe environments. In 2018, Trump's Federal Commission on School Safety found clear evidence that schools were ignoring or covering up serious student misconduct to avoid triggering federal investigations. Their conclusion was simple: discipline should be based on student behavior, not racial quotas. As a result, the 2014 guidance was rescinded in late 2018. However, in 2023, the Biden administration brought back similar guidance. It once again encouraged schools to collect and adjust discipline based on racial disparities, reigniting concerns about safety and fairness in schools. Now, in 2025, Trump's latest executive order aims to officially end what he calls discriminatory equity ideology in school discipline once and for all. Here's what the order does. First, it directs the Secretary of Education and the Attorney General to issue new guidance to schools, focusing purely on protecting students without racial bias. Second, it demands states and school districts comply with Title VI protections, ensuring discipline is fair and based on individual behavior, not group statistics. Third, it calls for federal departments to report on how equity-based discipline has been promoted over the years, and recommends pulling federal funding from nonprofits that push these controversial policies. Finally, it lays out a plan to develop model school discipline codes that are rooted in traditional American values like fairness, respect, and personal responsibility. Supporters of the executive order argue it restores sanity and safety to classrooms. They say discipline should always be objective and based on what actually happens, not what race a student belongs to. Critics, however, argue that racial disparities in discipline do highlight deeper systemic problems and worry that rolling back equity measures could worsen educational inequalities. At the end of the day, this executive order sets the stage for a major shift in how American schools handle discipline, putting individual student behavior back at the center of decision-making. What do you think? Should discipline be purely behavior-based, or should schools still track and adjust for racial disparities? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to Political Insights for more fact-based analysis on the policies shaping our future. Thanks for watching and stay informed.